Another swig of Trader Vic's spiced rum. Another swig of Trader.
Okay.
This is some of the worst alcohol I've ever had straight. Like I'm gone, and this still tastes bad. That's how bad it is, Siegfried. Like, this is why you shouldn't drink.
But you're just drinking rum?
Maybe. Yeah, there's no camera, so you can not confirm or deny that, but I may have let other people know that, and I may have been on camera other places tonight, where they may have been seeing me drinking rum straight out the bottle.
That's okay.
But
rum straight out of the bottle ain't too bad.
What was that?
Rum straight out of the bottle ain't too bad. There are worse things you could do.
Like what?
Like beer straight out of the bottle. Fuck that. Okay.
I've been drunk more times tonight than you've been drunk your whole life.
I've probably been drunk like 20 times before. I've drunk it more than you may have known.
I need to see drunk Siegfried.
I don't know. You should just get really depressed and cry.
Oh, that's like me after I turn off the microphone and get into bed. But don't worry, tonight I have Frosted Flakes. This broadcast is not brought to you by Frosted Flakes, but if they would like to be a sponsor...
Yeah, I would be happy with a Frosted Flakes sponsor. I consume Frosted Flakes on a semi-regular basis.
We are sponsored by McDonald's, though.
Yeah, we are, indeed.
Go get your McDouble now. Great deal, great price. Better than Burger King. There you go.
Man, there's only like one Burger King in my whole fucking city. And there's like 6 McDonald's. That really goes to show the difference quality makes.
Is Luna's name's Landon, right?
What?
I have a pending invitation from Landon. I don't want to say his last name. I don't know who this Landon is at all.
I don't know. I don't think his name is Landon.
Okay. Maybe I'll just leave it there. I don't know who it is. Oh, there's a party invite.
Yeah, I guess we can...
Alright. I'm gonna grab one handful more of Frosted Flakes, and then I'll be ready to cap. Alright. Watch the replay.
Yeah. Luckily, I was glad you put like all 7 games here, regardless. Because that means I don't have to make like intro screens and like go between them. Even though it looks more professional, it does take me a lot of time, and I really don't feel like making them. So whenever you're ready, I guess we'll head right in. Ready to go? Is that a yes?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, post it. Alright. So the long-awaited match between Exiled and Meme Lord finally was able to get played, which will bring a conclusion to our season number 11 of the Allinvitational.
Is that what XI is?
What was that?
That's what XI is? That's 11?
Yeah, that is 11.
Today I learned.
This is the 3rd season that I've been a part of. All right, in the bottom right-hand position, we have Exiled, our blue Protoss, or I guess our teal Protoss, because in the top left position, we have our blue Terran Meme Lord, and who is already making reference to the extremely large prize pool of $30, which 15 goes to first place. Now I know that people are like, wow, $15 out of like 6 months of StarCraft? That's like 30 cents per game. I know. we don't know how we're affording it either, but we are.
And you also have to think, both of these players are Canadian, and this is US dollars we're talking about. Like, this isn't Canadian dollars. This is going to go a long way. One of these could feed us for probably about a year.
Especially if you go to our lovely sponsor, McDonald's. McDonald's goes the best with your buck for your calorie intake. McDonald's knows how to squeeze every cent into that calorie to make sure that you are properly nourished for the most efficient way possible. And as we can see here, Meme Lord going for the double extractor build, which I don't know a lot about, because when I play Terran, I really just go Cyclones and Hellions and kill whoever I'm playing. So we're going to see Meme Lord get creative with this build.
Yeah, come to speak about that. Meme Lord probably will be building some Cyclones. A build I know Meme Lord likes to do a lot is this one where you get this double gas. You get normally a marine out of this barracks. You get a reactor on it, and you reactor it 4 Cyclones pretty much immediately. One thing I'm a bit concerned about here is I haven't seen Meme Lord scout. So that means he's not going to know what the tech is. And often if you're going for this Cyclone build, you can just die to like any sort of early like Oracle attacks. But if you were to scout that, you can just build 2 Widow Mines first, and then those pretty much kill the Oracles.
Man, this mothership core seems to be on the move. We got a probe here. Where's this probe going?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so the mothership core does seem to be on the move, but it doesn't look like the probe is going quite towards the ramp. It looks like it's going to stop a little bit short. We already have another probe and a stalker on the way. Okay, maybe that's the probe that's going to rush this ramp. And, you know, it's a pretty rushable ramp because, okay, there you go. Because you got things on the bottom that it can rush, and then you got things on the top. But if he's going double Cyclones, which he is, you know, doing currently, I mean, hey, you know, Cyclones, they output a lot of freaking damage. So we're going to see if this actually pays off. He does cancel one of the pylons right here, and it doesn't look like he can get to the second one quite yet. So it does look like that overcharge is going to be able to get off.
Yeah. The thing, too, about this, though, is I think Terran is okay losing a couple depots here. Like, it's not that bad of a deal. If he loses the reactor, that's going to be kind of annoying. But the thing, too, is with Exile going for this build, he's getting Stalkers with it, which I don't really like versus this. Because the Stalkers are also obviously, like, very bad versus Cyclones.
Okay, so it does look like he's going to get... Okay, so he does get the reactor. He does lose the Mama Core, though, which is definitely going to put an end to this. He's going to lose all these pylons. He is going to make it away with that Stalker. But let's see if Meme Lord decides to counterattack with these 4 little Cyclone bros here. Looks like they are going to make their way over. Let's see what Exiled has at his base. And he has 3 Stalkers, which when it comes to... Oh, wait, no, actually 4 Stalkers. But still, when it comes to Cyclones, you know, you definitely want a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I think Exile might just straight up lose to this counterattack. Unless he can do some really great targeting with these Stalkers and some really nice micro, he's going to lose all of them. Because like,
fast.
They die so quick. I mean, this is 4 Cyclones. And his Robo's not even done, so he's not going to be able to get an Immortal for quite some time.
Oh my god, look at those pylons go down. It's just insane. Okay, another Mama Core. But with that pylon going down, there's not really any fighting that the Mama Core can do.
Yeah, and the Cyclones can just keep targeting down all these pylons. They're at least going to get this Nexus.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to... Okay, one of them does go down, so that is good. Oh, he does get a second one as well. So actually, it looks like Exiled is doing a pretty good job of pushing back this push from our Canadian Terran. But how much... I can't tell how much HP that Cyclone has, but it's surely ain't enough. But he does save his Nexus, so that keeps him in the game. Honestly, if he lost that Nexus, he would be done for. Especially with Meme Lord's command center floating down to the bottom right now.
Yeah, but I mean, even I thought that was going to do a lot more than it would, and I kind of overcalled that a bit there. But like, Meme Lord's still in a great spot. He's going into mech, he's getting into his double siege tank production, And even though Exiled has this natural base, he lost a lot of stalkers, so he's going to need to make up for that somehow. And he's going to need to put more money into building up his forces. And he's even going across the map, which I think is kind of a mistake. But like as far as economy goes, with the Terran being ahead in workers, that's a very bad position for the Protoss to be in.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Exiled is looking to accomplish. It very well could be a scout. I mean, of course, Exiled is a way better player than I am, but he doesn't have blink or anything to dodge these attacks. But even with this one immortal, I mean, there's no way this ends favorably for him, especially with no ability for reinforcements, really. So we're going to see here. Okay, the tanks actually do on siege, so that's going to provide a little bit of a benefit for Exiled here, but still doesn't look like enough. He does get a little bit of damage done, so it's not the end of the world, but it just seems like Meme Lord is pushing farther and farther ahead as he's trying to pull out his mech strategy farther and farther into the game.
Yeah, I think that move out was just kind of a mistake from Exiled, especially since he lost so many military units early on. Like, when you fail a rush like that, you really just kind of need to sit back. Protoss can normally kind of stabilize as far as the economy goes if they sit back. But it's really the like military aspect that Protoss has a hard time recouping.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it looks like Meme Lord is starting his third command center right now, and he is actually setting up to deny a potential third base for Exiled. So we're going to see exactly how Exiled is going to respond to this. It looks like these siege tanks are actually doing a ton of damage, and he actually might lose every single stalker. He does escape with 2, but they are extremely damaged. And these Cyclones will be able to poke him down extremely quickly. But it looks like they were focused on an Immortal instead, so it looks like those stalkers at least have a little bit of time left on this Earth. And there goes Exiled's army. So it looks like, there's pretty much, I don't think there's anything Exile can do at this point. Siege tanks and Rage of the Nexus. He doesn't have enough to push out, and there he goes with the GG. Meme Lord takes an early first game advantage.
All right. Well, that was a pretty good game from both players there. I like Exiled's attempt there, but I think it was just kind of unlucky. I'm not sure if he pro scouted. I couldn't remember, but I think if he did scout, he should have realized kind of what was going on. I'm not sure how popular of a ladder build that is, but I think Exiled should have seen that enough to think okay, I can't really afford to waste any of my stalkers here for a couple of depots.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe, if he wasn't going mech, maybe the stalkers could have escaped a little bit more cleanly. But with those siege tanks there, even if they weren't sieged up, just, poking them down with their cannons, it didn't seem like it was going to work. And then with all of with that early pressure failing, it just didn't seem like anything was really going right for Exiled there.
Yeah. All right, so you ready to hop into our next game?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
All right. So normally this is a map that I would complain about and say this is Imba for Protoss, but this is a unique situation because Meme Lord plays mech, so this is Imba for both sides.
I will say, playing random, I think just the other day I got my first win on this map. I think I was 0-7 on this map. But in the bottom right-hand position, we do have our blue Terran Meme Lord. And in the top left position, we have our teal Protoss Exiled. And what I'm starting to realize is I should do all of these hammered, because I have not nailed the correct positions twice in a row in a very long time. And I maybe started, I haven't been sober for at least 5 hours, so I think this is the way to go. Yeah. I think I just need to be the drunk caster.
I think you found a new lifestyle.
So maybe I should start playing the game like this, and I could actually like beat Masters instead of just playing one game every season, and just to get the border in my profile to say that I've been 5 times Masters.
Well, that's all you need, really. I mean, as I've heard many times before, the key to getting Masters is not playing the game.
Exactly. You just sit in Masters, and this season I hit a freaking platinum guy who only had like 30 games on his account, and he managed just to macro like some demigod, and so now he pushed me under 4,800 points, and I'm at 4799. So it's very possible I might have to play not random next season.
Whoa,
so we'll see how that goes.
Hey, looks like Meme Lord's going for the same opening again in this game. I don't blame him though. This is actually the opening I do almost every single time in TVP, because it's really safe, and it also allows you like a lot of flexibility out on the map. So like pretty much what you use these Cyclones for is to deny the Protoss from getting a third base, and then there's a couple different responses that you can go after it. I personally like getting a quick third CC behind 4 Cyclones, because normally like 4 Cyclones is enough to deal with most Protoss forces. But some players like to go for a really aggressive like timing push off a couple of bases. But we'll see what Meme Lord decides to do.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're a macro god like Siegfried, I mean, just more because command centers are really always the answer. But it looks like, we got... Okay, I don't think he got a starport this early.
Oh, yeah, he's doing it. I completely read this wrong.
But it looks like one of the pylons is already down. Okay, and he's sticking with just Marines, so this is definitely interesting. There goes the pylon cannon, so the Marines do run away. So we might lose a depot here. We're going to see if he tries to, make sure to keep his reactor, but yeah. What is he building? Okay, he is building a tank. So actually, he's definitely going to lose this reactor. So that's no bueno. So we'll see. And he's actually supply block too.
Oh yeah,
this is no good. Another photon overcharge and another Marine going down. When you have the tank does pop out. I was going to say if you have as many Marines as they do Stalkers, you're in trouble. But the amount of damage the Marines were already able to do this pylon, it goes down and it looks like Exile is going to have to retreat home. So definitely not a favorable amount of damage Meme Lord took, but definitely nowhere close to game ending. We've seen it plenty of times. The reactor lost and, the Terrans come back in full force. But yeah, and it doesn't look like Exile is going to, try to push the issue any further. He does have his natural up. Is he looking to get it? Oh, no. Okay, that's Meme Lord actually blocking his third, which is, always fun. But yeah, it doesn't look like Meme Lord's even had the thought about starting a third quite yet.
What if Exile just takes the other one, though?
Wait, what if what attacks what?
What if Exile just takes the other third, though?
Oh, there's another base right up there. Maybe that's why I'm not good on Interloper, because I don't know the map too well.
Preemptively blocking the 4th base.
And he actually finishes it too, which is a little bit interesting, so he won't be able to get that cancel bonus, but he does get that little bit of big HP. But yeah, okay, so it looks like Meme Lord is doing a good Marine tank build. He's adding on 2 more barracks, so there's definitely,
Oh, whoa, what the fuck? I'm not used to seeing Meme Lord playing like bio. He usually plays like mech builds.
Maybe he's taking a book out of Monk's playlist and going bio once every 1,000 games. So maybe we're witnessing something special right here. We do have Blink on the way, which is always good for stalkers. Interesting. He built a sensor tower. I'm kind of confused by that, because sensor towers show up on the enemy's radar.
Wait, where did he build the sensor tower?
He built the sensor tower right above where he built the eBay, and that's why Exile saw it, went down, killed it, and then killed the eBay as well. So I'm really curious about
proxy
that.
sensor tower.
Maybe he was looking just to get a count of units, which honestly, I mean, probably isn't. Oh shoot, there's okay. Here's a push that totally walked its way across the map that I didn't see. We're gonna see he's slowly, caterpillaring. Man, okay, I am really drunk. He's inchworming. I'll say inchworming these tanks up to get in range of this Nexus, and we'll see what he's able to do. He does have this this ground Valkyrie here, so he's gonna able to cover these tanks pretty well. And this Nexus might actually go down.
Yeah, I think Exile, building only Stalkers there for quite a while, really let himself open to this type of attack, especially when he's seen what Meme Lord was doing. Like, Exile got Blink, and correct me if I'm mistaken, but Blink isn't really common in the TVP metagame right now.
Yeah, not definitely not to my knowledge. I mean, hey, he does pick off one ground Valkyrie, but I don't think that's going to be enough, as these 4 siege tanks siege up in Exile's base. So we'll see. No, there's the GG. So it looks like Meme Lord taking the pretty quick 2-0 lead against Exile. So Exile's going to have to do some work to turn it around. It looks like Meme Lord's pretty good at doing these early pushes, so we'll see if Exile can, survive a little bit later than this, and see if he can, operate in the mid game to late game.
Yeah, it seems Exile's mid games are a bit weak as far as like the 2 series we just watched goes. He kind of like doesn't really like to tech into any of those like robo units, which I think you really kind of need just like a couple of immortals or something to get you from point B to point C.
Yeah, and disquieted. I'm not drunk. It's a ground Valkyrie. All right, it's a Valkyrie that shoots the ground too. All right, it makes perfect sense. Easy peasy lemon squeezy ground Valkyrie go.
Okay.
I am interacting with the chat.
Yeah.
Which is...
He's tanked.
I'm not tanked. I'm feeling great. As you can tell, how I'm gonna nail the starting positions.
He actually hasn't had any alcohol tonight. He's just eaten so many McDoubles from our great sponsor, McDonald's, that he's having a bit of trouble talking.
Because my stomach is just so full, because they were just so delicious I couldn't stop. Especially with those fries. Mmm!
None of those were cold. Not a single one.
Exactly. Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate it.
Can I get some thank you, Ronald, in the chat?
Yeah, let's get some thank you, Ronald, in the chat. Ronald needs to feel the thanks, and for every Ronald, we get a little bit more sponsor money. So let's get those thank you, Ronald, rolling.
What happens if I get fired, and then like my boss, because of this, my boss is like, you can't pretend to be sponsored by McDonald's on your stupid video game stream.
No, he'd probably be like, dude, I'll take this to corporate. This is golden.
Alright. Do we want to get into our next game now?
Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's hope that this one's a little bit longer, because I want to see some StarCraft. Alright, and I'm going to take another swig of this giant water bottle where for some reason the water's looks like alcohol.
Well, anything can happen at dollar drink days at McDonald's.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our Teal Protoss exiled facing off against the meme lord himself, who is up 2-0, as our Blue Terran in the finals of the world's greatest all-in tournament, the Allinvitational. And it looks like Meme Lord is up to no good. He's starting making trouble in Exile's neighborhood. and he's gonna make Exile get in one little fight, and it's gonna get his mama scared. So let's see if Exile picks up and moves to a different map.
Yeah, well, let's see what he wants to do here. I think it's probably going to be like, yes, he's getting the barracks, so I assume it's going to be like a proxy Reaper to start things off, which is a pretty cute move.
Especially since he's got that little ramp there. There's literally like a 2-foot gap. Like it would be legal for a kindergartner to have a bus stop this far away from this little jump off point. Like, it is super close. And who knows, maybe he'll build like 8 more barracks here and then just ferry all the Reapers up this little spot. But most likely it's gonna just be the one because there's no other SCV. However, Exile's going to be a little suspicious why there's not a single building that can build units 1 minute and 40 seconds into this game. Yeah. Oh, maybe Meme Lord's just really bad and he's got the GM with super good micro and his macro is actually terrible, and that's when he's actually building the base. But lo and behold, that Reaper, more than 50% done.
And it even has the cool skin.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. That's the,
okay, it doesn't look like anything like a Reaper in the queue.
Yeah. It just has the jetpack on.
Yeah, because God forbid freaking Reapers didn't need, something else. So, okay, there's one probe down. This Reaper doing some damage. Okay, it's looking to get in there and do some more. But Exile is actually doing an okay job of running his probes away. Just get another one. This Reaper has taken some serious damage. Those Stalkers definitely need to get on that ramp. There we go. And
now that there's the 2 Stalkers there, this is pretty much over. But I mean, like, they got like, what, let's see, 2 probes, so like, that's pretty much all they needed to do. Honestly, like, sometimes that doesn't even kill a probe, but it forces a lot of lost mining time. But just getting a couple probes and forcing lost mining time, that's really good.
Yeah, and it looks like potentially Meme Lord is going for some more mech as he's, being quite brave with that barracks. He's got the 2 Reapers. Probably looking to see the denied expansion if it's there, but lo and behold, it's not quite yet. But here they come into the other side.
He's trying to save. This is a macro trick actually, where you get your building damaged, and that way you don't have to pay as much property tax, and therefore, like in the long run, the building's cheaper to keep there.
That's why if you ever seen a McDonald's that's run down, it's not actually because they don't enjoy cleanliness, because boy, do they really appreciate their clean restaurants. But sometimes you just gotta pay less tax. Universal health care in Canada, super expensive. So sometimes you'll see in Canada that they're a little bit run down, as I'm sure Meme Lord and Exiled are very wary of.
Yeah,
but as you see, sometimes it's a good strategy.
Yeah, especially my government has instructed me to not mention anything about our ever increasing dollar, or ever decreasing dollar, sorry. So it's probably definitely not because of that.
Oh man, that probe got a rude awakening up that ramp. It got greeted with like 20 missiles.
Can you imagine? Like, what if you had to pay for each of those missiles? That wouldn't be worth it at all.
I mean, like, in reality, they gotta pay for all of them. So, like, if you go like mass cyclones in a game, they shoot like 2 million. Like, do you start the next game with like negative money? That'd be interesting. They should implement that feature. Yeah. Bring David Kim back. Let's get more dumb ideas.
Or they'll just like they'll pass on to that to some other Terran player. The next Terran player that plays their game starts with like negative so much money.
There you go. There's a new refreshing way to play team leagues. It's totally not stupid. Ooh, a Void Ray.
Yeah, and we also have Oracle in the main here. This looks pretty nice actually. This skin. Exiled actually just fucked up there and lost it, but.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the skin for long because by the time I got over there, it was pretty much dead.
Yeah, it takes a long time to scroll your way around the map.
Absolutely. Sometimes you gotta admire the beauty of the map, So you never want to click on the mini map to get from place to place. You always gotta just take a look and look at all that great vegetation that's undisturbed by any race.
Yeah.
Guess what we got? It looks like once again we're going bio and just tanks. I'm assuming medevacs. Yep, yeah. We got medevacs coming.
I'm not sure what Exil's hoping to accomplish with this little move right here. He does have a void ray with it though, but he's 2 cyclones and 3 marines, or 5 marines now. That's that should be enough anti-air to really deal with that. And those 2 tanks are definitely going to be great versus this little clump of stalkers.
Absolutely. Looks like he's already lost one. He hasn't been able to really do any damage yet. So, yep, here goes another one. So, it looks like, okay, it looks like he's had enough. Terrence started up too well, and he's packing his bags and heading home.
Yeah, Meme Lord's really playing this, like, this is like marine tank style. You don't often see this in TVP as much anymore, I find. But it's really safe versus what Exile is doing.
Yeah, definitely. It's, let's see, is he getting more bear? Okay, yep, so those are all bears. So it's definitely, it looks like he's just going to sprinkle in some siege tanks with a huge amount of bio. Definitely looks like Meme Lord is in a good position. Has he started his 3rd command center yet? No, it does not look like it. But neither has Exiled on the other hand, so this is definitely something to keep an eye out on.
Yeah, both players kind of paying a lot of respect to each other, realizing that, like, if any of them, if Exile takes a 3rd base, he's probably going to die.
And that's definitely, definitely could be seen as true to both players, especially with imperfect information. But here we go, our first big fight of the game. A siege tank does get picked off early. Okay, there goes another one. He's probably going to need to focus that last one, but it doesn't look like there's enough, and he's left with only a couple of stalkers. Exiled is.
I'm really not sure about this, the Stalker Disruptor style. Style from Exile. I'm really not liking it.
Ooh, he does get a good disruptor hit, and that's definitely what he needs right now. But did he just lose his Warp Prism?
Indeed,
was that what that was?
Yeah.
That is not good at all. There's all of his mobility gone.
And Exile hasn't started Blink for his Stalkers either, which is a big problem. As, this Waddle back micro from Exile is definitely not as good as Blink micro.
Definitely. Because there's a lot more time where the Stalker is bouncing around, not attacking, and just trying to get to the back of the line before it dies. Whereas if you're able to, blink those guys back, there's a lot of extra time that they can be shooting at the enemy. See, okay, so he is going double robo. I don't believe he's gone double robo in any of the games left today, but it looks like Meme Lord isn't going to really allow him to get up too much from that double robo, as he's putting a great deal of pressure on the 3rd, and he's actually able to cancel it.
Yeah, and Meme Lord not getting the 3rd base at all in this game, actually just going to continue to try to fight and deny.
And that's, I didn't know that it takes more than one disruptor shot to kill a full siege tank, or a full health siege tank.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, actually.
So that siege tank is still being very annoying.
Did they nerf the disruptors sometime?
Not yet. There may be changes coming in the future. Okay. Just to change it up a little bit. Ooh! So it's not like a game-ending unit, but it's more consistent.
Okay, so some more Disruptor Balls coming. Actually going to hit that tank and a bunch of those Marines. Another Disruptor Ball coming, and it will finish off that tank. And Exile actually making it work here. Trading pretty effectively versus Meme Lord's army. But the thing is, once these Disruptor Balls are out, his army loses pretty much all of its versatility as he doesn't have any Robo, or not, sorry, Twilight Council upgrades to really like help him out.
Yeah, it looks like with one lucky disruptor shot, he's able to kill all the units that could attack his disruptor, so he's actually somehow able to get out of there with 3. We'll see if those will be able to play into some key battles in the future, or if Meme Lord doesn't allow him to get resettled.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks to be exiled where he's focused on like anti-ground units like the Colossus and the Disruptors, but now really all he needs is like some anti-air to deal with that fucking Liberator.
Yeah, definitely a lot of annoyance coming out of Meme Lord. And while this may not be enough to kill him, I don't think Meme Lord's really looking to kill him right now. I mean, if they are trading 1 unit for 1 unit, I mean, hey, it's going to put Meme Lord ahead. He just has, you know, a better grip. It looks like he has his 3rd base up, and he's already halfway done to his 4th. So, definitely a lot of potential for that team.
Yeah, and Meme Lord's building 11 Marines at a time, pretty much, when he has all of his racks queued. And he's getting a 4th base now, too. So, he's really just taking a significant lead in this game.
Yeah, that's definitely... Is he actually able... Yeah, I don't think he's able to stop Meme Lord from taking out his 4th. Well, see, there is a Colossus now, which is a little bit more consistent on the damage, but yes, he had to cancel it, so we'll see if he's able to, you know, how long he's going to be able to push that back.
I really don't like the Disruptors in PvT. Even though we see an Exile get some really great hits with them, my main issue is their mobility. I feel like they're so immobile compared to Colossus that like it's hard for the Protoss player to really like move around and find the best places to fight, which is often like a deciding factor. Is, you know, did you fight the Terran in the right place?
I mean, hey, you know, positioning's always, you know, always key. We'll see if
Meme Lord jumping in here, just gonna start murdering everything.
Yeah, it looks like he just had enough. He was able to quick snipe off a couple of key tech units of Exiled, and it looks like that was just a little bit too much for him. So Meme Lord jumping out to a quick early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I would say that's probably expected. Meme Lord definitely the favorite in this group. But, you know, he has been not as active as he used to be. As many of you may know, Meme Lord's, I think his father is in the hospital for something. So, you know, everyone send your thoughts and prayers. Hopefully,
there's definitely been a lot of life happening. But yeah, so... Yeah.
I really appreciate Meme Lord taking the time to, like, play this out, though. Even
absolutely.
With all the stuff going on in his life.
Absolutely, we were able to get these games played. And stick around for a little bit afterwards. We'll give you a quick preview on what exactly the plans are for next season. Of, you know, how little things are changing. Pretty much the same format and everything like that. But yeah, definitely, you know, once all these games are finished, whoever comes out on top, there'll be a little bit of more information for you to stick around for.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go into our 4th game here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and in the upper right-hand position, we have our teal Protoss Exiled, who's definitely back against the ropes now, as our blue Terran in the bottom left-hand position is now at match point, winning the first 3 games.
You know,
So
it kind of bothers me that they picked blue and teal every single game.
Like, yeah, I don't know why they did that. It's probably just to make me sad.
Yeah, I guess I appreciate that they did pick the same colors each game. Like
that
it was
is
consistent. True. But still, like they picked the two most similar colors.
The only way that they'd be able to make this any more confusing is if they switched colors after each match.
Oh my god.
Because that would be a nightmare.
Yeah. Luckily, they didn't do that.
So far, pretty much everything's standard, no proxies.
Yeah, Excel is going for a quick double gas, though, so he's probably going to do that same build he's been doing for pretty much every game. Where he gets a couple stalkers and tries to pressure at the ramp with a Mothership Core. I think that's what he's going to do anyways. But, yeah.
Disruptors scare me.
Yeah, one thing I was finding funny about a lot of, like, higher level Terrans that I watch play, like, Meme Lordy's a GM level player, he's pretty good too. But his, like, splitting isn't the best. Like, I always, like, whenever I play, I always think, like, you need to split, like, 100% perfectly if you ever want to take a fight. And then it's like, you know, all these, like, you know, high GM players never do that. And somehow they're still GM. But of course, like,
it's all hacks.
Yeah, exactly. Just because Terran's so imbu.
Oh man, that Reaper popping out at the perfect time, able to chase away this probe and actually get the kill, the finishing move off on it. And it's gonna go see what it can see at Exiled Space.
Yeah, Exiled not actually going for what I thought he was going. And he's just getting an adept early on. He has a decent amount of gas in the bank, so we'll see what tech choice he decides to go for.
Definitely. It's getting to be about that time, so I wonder what he's thinking about doing. No probe quite on the move yet, which hopefully means carriers. That's going to be my prediction.
Yeah, hopefully he just goes 2-base carrier on this map.
Absolutely. It's always a win.
Oh, and he gets a robo. Fuck you, that's him.
Jeez, what a noob. You don't need a robo to go 2-base. Whatever we just said.
Carriers?
Carriers. That's what it was. I knew it was something. That's why I keep you around, Siegfried, just to make sure you stay on track.
Yeah, I'm the fact checker. That's my job.
Make sure there's no fake news here. You got Siegfried on the town.
Yeah, if Shazam mentions anything that I think is inaccurate, I'm just gonna go roll.
Just like, you know, the phrase that Shazam is not drunk. It's just not true.
Oh, that adept taking a lot of damage there, actually.
Yeah, not too much damage done. We get a good chunk of Marines. So he's building some more, and it looks like everything is going home, and there's not going to be anything right now. So it looks like we missed our window to finally meet the band.
The what?
The what?
What?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. In other news,
it made sense in my brain. It'll make sense to somebody's out there. I'm just on another level, Siegfried. You can't handle this.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a joke that only Masters players will get.
Yeah, it's actually you're handed a card with a whole bunch of jokes on it as soon as you reach Masters.
Yeah, it comes in the mail.
Yep. You only got to pay $4.95 for it. It's a great deal. It's actually subsidized by McDonald's, surprisingly enough, just to show how much they are invested in StarCraft.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, though, that even though McDonald's subsidizes that, Dairy Queen still gets to call their like ice cream things Blizzards, even though McDonald's is subsidizing Blizzard.
It's all in the long game, right?
Yeah. Honestly, McFlurry is a better name, so fuck you, Dairy Queen.
Yeah, Dairy Queen, take that. Now your feelings are hurt. But it looks like there's 4 adepts that are able to get in here, and they're actually doing a ton of damage. And Meemlord currently really doesn't have an answer for it. It looks like Exile gets a little bit bored. He's doing some scouting, getting some SCVs to run. And he actually does finish, but he already has stem, and it looks like this will be the end to these adepts. It looks like he does get a good chunk of workers. I mean, Meemlord is down 12 workers right now. That's definitely a hefty chunk for this early in the game.
Yeah, and I think this is the only game we've had where Exiled is actually ahead in supply. Looks like
I could do that.
It looks like without Meemlord's like early aggression, he can't really keep up with Exiled's macro in a more passive game like this. I think Exiled really read it and took advantage of it.
Absolutely. But yeah, okay. So it looks like mining has been restored to Meemlord's back base. It looks like it's pretty much operating. It looks like half potential. Nobody back on gas geysers yet. It looks like they're looking to build up their economy, and they need some minerals.
Yeah. And they also need some supply, as we see some supply depots coming down.
Ooh, a GM player using... Oh, you meant just radios.
Yeah, he's just building them.
Darn it, I wanted to point it out to him.
Building the suburb and
Tisk. Alright. But yeah.
Since that area just got attacked, his property value went down slowly increasing.
Oh wow, it looks like the Exiled was actually able to pick off the tank, so he does push this aggression back.
Yeah. Oh, I never realized where those dropships just flew over. It's like a destroyed mothership core. That's really cool.
Oh really?
At least I think that's what it is.
I mean, hey, the mothership core is destroyed now.
Yeah, Blizzard was... That's why they put it in the map pool.
It makes so much sense. It's
like,
just foreshadowing, getting us used to it.
They're like, listen here, buddy. We're getting rid of this unit. Fuck it.
Yeah, like that. No, that's definitely a mothership core.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I mean, what else could it be?
On another map, they're probably gonna... fuck. What other changes are they making? I can't even remember. There's like the Hellions go fast now. They switch fast.
Oh yeah, I think they did tone that down a little bit because watching that was a little bit absurd, but it definitely did make me giggle.
I can't remember any. They changed the infestor, right?
Yeah, fungal growth no longer hits air, but the what's it called does more damage. But actually, as you were saying, this Meemlord is dropping into the main base. A quick reaction from its disruptor shot, but it actually isn't able to connect. This is definitely a problem for our Protoss player who is on the line. He is able to clean it up. He does get the tank, but that was definitely scary for him.
Yeah, but still, this is a pretty big ball of Marines out here, and Exile pretty much only has Stalkers and a couple disruptors to deal with this. This is really going to come down to how the disruptors hit.
Absolutely. The Protoss player is going to definitely wish that his disruptor ball shots are going to be able to see the action twice in one lunge.
Twice in one lunge. Okay, well,
yes.
Okay. The disruptor balls did get pretty good connects though, and that will force us back. So
see, Siegfried, my expressions are just so next level.
Yeah.
All the new kids are going to be saying them relatively shortly. So it's going to be a matter of time.
Yeah. Man, since I like work at McDonald's with a bunch of high schoolers, sometimes they'll just like say things, and I feel like an old man where I'm like, what the fuck?
When they're like, yo, I got my Snapchat filters and my puppy dog faces, and I'm ready to be all trill and kick out and eat guac, bro.
Wait, Trill? Like the species from Star Trek?
Yes. The exact same. Oh, that disruptor on that base. Just get a couple SCVs. Will he be able to get the War Prism out of there? And it looks like he's able to. as he is coming up and pushing at the same time. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this works out for Exiled. Maybe if he can, push his way back into this game. He's definitely in an okay position.
Yeah, this ball bio has been pretty much just like getting... Holy shit, that's a huge hit by all the SCVs there. But it's been getting whittled down for most of this game. Meme Lord constantly losing it in trades. And I think Exiled can just kind of camp the ramp here and just keep fighting. And back at home, he should be fine. Though it looks like Meme Lord immediately on the aggressive here. Going to try to circumnavigate his way around the map. Go over to Exiled's base. A modern day Christopher Columbus, if you will.
Oh, man. Nothing like a good old history joke.
Yeah.
All right.
There's probably more appropriate figures to name that off of, but no one would have known them. Everyone knows what Christopher
wow.
Columbus
These
is.
two Colossus look like they're actually going to be able to get picked off, and that is huge. Looks like Meme Lord seizing an opportunity and doing a whole bunch of damage.
Wow. And as Christopher Columbus comes in here and gives all the Protoss players, or Protoss units smallpox, it looks like Meme Lord will be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, it looks like this may be it. A pylon slowly going down. So even if they had somewhere to go, it definitely wouldn't be an easy transition. They are able to stop the laundromats and everything like that. Those are still going. Yes. They're cleaning out the units. And they're pressing them, and they're getting them all done.
But at the end of the day, Meme Lord lost a lot of units in that. He lost most of his medevacs, only one getting out. And, that's a lot of units that he's lost. And for the most part, Exiled's army stayed alive.
Yeah, that is a very good point. I mean, he was able to get damage done, but while he was busy damaging the economy, he wasn't really, fighting the army straight up. So Exiled's army was able to, still exist, which is kind of, the first time that's happened this series. So we'll see if Exiled's going to be able to capitalize on this.
Yeah, and with how many times Meme Lord has kind of like reset his army, that's going to be a lot harder from the transition. Because ideally, at this point in time, you want enough Vikings to kill the Colossus. Exiled only has one Colossus, but Meme Lord doesn't know that. For all he knows, Exiled has continued to produce Colossus and has some more. Scanning to try to get some information now, but...
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe was he seeing if his army was there because he couldn't find it exactly, so he just wants to play it safe instead of getting that couple extra minerals from a mule. Excuse me. He wants to see exactly where that army is, just to see if it's sitting at his front door or not.
And he also really wants to see decomposition too, because you want Liberators ideally to deal with the ground forces, but I think Vikings are a better solution to Colossus than Liberators are, ideally, because they're a bit less micro-intensive.
Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
And because the Liberators will auto-target Stalkers before they target the Colossus, right? So they don't do a good job.
I think that's how it works because the Stalkers are able to kill them, so they prioritize units that are able to kill them over units that are not able to kill them.
Yeah. But it looks like Exiled is actually going to be a couple steps ahead of Meme Lord here and actually going for Tempest. So he's going to be able to counter these Liberators. And looks like Meme Lord has some refugees down here starting the colony in the bottom right here.
Yeah, I wonder why he picked that base. I mean, there's definitely other expansions he could go to. Ooh, that was a good disruptor hit, but it's not like any of these bases are too crazy. I am curious to wonder what was going through his mind as he picked that.
Yeah, I think he maybe just wants to kind of sneak a base. I feel like he thinks Exiled's in a pretty good spot, which Exiled is, and I think he's a bit scared actually to take a normal base because that's going to force his army out to defend it.
That could definitely be true. It looks like Exile is actually getting pretty prepared with a whole bunch of cannons to try to stop those drops that have been sort of tearing them apart as Protoss has moved out today.
Okay. Exile lost a lot of units there, and that's a pretty common theme in this series, is Exile bleeding out units to siege tanks.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I would agree with that. Okay. Oh. I actually didn't even see this Tempest even get started. I don't know how that slipped by me. I must be drunk or something. A couple of good disruptor shots, you know, they do a decent amount of damage, but it doesn't look like they're quite enough.
Yeah, and even though I think Exile will be okay behind this, that's a lot of high-tech units that he lost there, and he's going to have a hard time replacing all of those. Another disruptor hit going to kill a lot of the bio again. This is a pretty back and forth. I think Meme Lord really made a lot out of that army, blah. But
yeah, this has definitely been a pretty back and forth game. But it does look like Meme Lord's army is slowly getting the advantage here right by his third base.
Yeah, and this is where the Terran's really going to feel comfortable on these low unit counts. The army counts have been reset, and you know the thing is, in the bottom right, I think, yeah, Meme Lord has a base and it's mining, so right. He is on 4 base pretty much.
We got one. Those 2 aren't mining, so it's like 5 bases, but 3 of them are mining, and they're mining in completely separate areas. So it's not like they're going to be able to bounce back and forth and be able to snag all 3 in one solid push.
Yeah. All right. Exile's been pretty good about being out on the map, and as you notice, he's killing a lot of these liberators, which is really good. But he's losing a lot of stalkers for it. He's even going to lose a Tempest there. He has been producing a lot of disruptors, though, which seems to be Meme Lord's weakness. And, holy, there goes about half of Meme Lord's army to that one disruptor.
Jeez, these disruptor shots have been huge this game, really keeping Exiled in the game.
I think in that last big fight, the only reason Exiled even like stayed in this game was because of those disruptors. Like, if Meme Lord split a bit better, or like Exiled didn't get as great of hits, I definitely think Exile would have just lost straight up, because that was a huge arc by Meme Lord.
Absolutely. But yeah, it looks like this game is, you know, it's pretty even. We got an even number of workers, a little bit more army for the Terran, but it looks like everything for the champion is head on. And there we go. All right. So it looks like Terran's able to scan the space going up right away, so he's going to know that that's at least what the Protoss is trying to do with the next round of this game. And
actually, Meme Lord has an economy advantage at this time in the game, probably because of those late game mules. And he's taking more bases than the Protoss too, which is not something we often see.
Interesting. Definitely interesting. There's a lot of cannons around here, but there's nothing really to protect them now once everything's sort of settled down. It's going to be a little bit interesting.
Oh. If you'll notice in the hidden base in the bottom right, Meme Lord has his rally point set to an SCV. Never mind, he got rid of it. But there's like 4 SCVs just following one around as it was mining.
Maybe that one's really popular, and you know, maybe that's one that has the rich parents that give him anything he wants, so he sort of, you know, passes that along to some of his friends.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, just, you know, me in high school, because I was so filthy rich.
Did you get this new warp prism my dad bought me?
Oh man, I swear some of the kids in my high school had warp prisms, except they weren't called warp prisms, they were called BMWs, and they parked in the parking lot every day to make me sad.
Really? I don't think anyone at my school had a BMW. Everyone drove, like, it was either they drove a truck or they drove a Sunfire.
That Tempest actually does go down, which is definitely going to put a hindrance on the hindrance thing. There you go.
Meme Lord actually, for one of the first times in this game, has a significant supply advantage. And I think Exiled doesn't realize the spot he's in. Like, I think Exiled thinks he's in a good spot, but because of that base in the bottom right and how long that's been up, Meme Lord's pretty much, back on his shit. He's got more workers than Exiled. He has a better economy. He has better macro. He's just doing a lot better so far.
Yeah, I think it definitely looks... Ooh, that's a couple of really good disruptor hits. But it may not even be enough, as these arcs are great for Meme Lord. And as the second Colossus goes down, it looks like a lot of the tech for Exile has been wiped out. However, there are these DTs which are causing huge problems in his backline.
Yeah, and those DTs actually not... their attack commanded over here. And they didn't continue to chase the army. So... They're going to be over there for the time being.
Absolutely. And it looks like, are they going to be able to sneak out? And no.
Okay, and with this base, like, if Exile loses this base, I feel like he'll lose the game here. And it might just very well be that, but all of these units are very, very low. It's not taking much to kill them. And
oh, wow. That's... Man, I'm surprised he was able to hold on, but it looks like he was able to.
Yeah,
and we're slowly getting more Tempest out. Well, sorry, what was that?
Meme Lord's army is just very overstimmed. And now we have DTs actually back in Meme Lord's base, just killing everything. About to kill Orbital Command. That's going to go down. One more swipe.
Yeah, they're always a great distraction.
Yeah, they actually killed that base down in the kind of bottom middle. They completely killed that and the base over in the natural. So that's a lot of damage done. Meme Lord's economy has been pretty much evened out now. He still has, of course, these two mining bases, but he's pretty much going to be on even terms of Exiled, He does have an advantage, obviously, because his worker count's a bit higher and he has the mules, but it's not as great as it was.
Oh man, okay, so we got, 3 starports out of Meme Lord, so he is not, he's definitely taking this seriously.
Yeah, he's not...
what do we got? What do we got upgrading? Okay, it looks like Liberator range. So it looks like he's wants to get these Liberators going as quick as possible to their maximum range.
Yeah, and just with this amount of starports, Meme Lord can really switch in between all the different air techs that he needs. He can get out as many Vikings as he needs, as many Liberators.
Exactly.
And here we have the fight.
Oh, wow. Okay, doesn't look like that first Disruptor wave was too good. But there's definitely a little bit of back and forth here. We'll see if the stim is enough to keep everyone out. Or I guess, excuse me, in this case, keep everyone in.
Yeah, I love this by Exile, just keeping the... Dark Templars in Meme Lord's army. It's just forcing them to scan, to pay attention, to switch hotkeys. And sometimes, when you do that, you can just kind of mess up a player's concentration. Holy shit, he just killed everything.
Jeez, wow. This is nuts.
This is the closest game in this series. And, with Exile on match point, it looks like this pressure is kind of helping them play a bit, which is very uncommon in players.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it looks like Meme Lord is slowly tightening the noose around Exiled's neck. And it doesn't seem like Exile can do too much. But it looks like he does get one Liberator. He might get the second. Okay. We will see, and exactly how that turns out for him.
Yeah, still though, Exile needs to secure a new base very, very soon. He's gonna be really overmined what the fuck's that term? Oversaturated at this base over here. So he really needs to get a new mining base, as his one below the main is going to be mined out pretty shortly.
And you're definitely we're looking at another base here. Oh man, these disruptor hits have been 100% on point for Exile. They're
Yeah.
definitely keeping him in the game.
And at this point, like, he's just getting so much efficiency because, like, the Terran army can't fight without, like, a significant number of units. Like, Terran units 1v1 versus, like, you know, one Marine versus any Protoss unit loses. Doesn't matter what it is.
But with all those fancy upgrades in medevacs, the Marine becomes by far the best and most versatile unit in the whole entire game.
Yeah. But since he has such a low amount of them, he can't deal with these heavily upgraded Protoss units now. Their attack upgrades aren't that great. He's only on +1 attack and +2 armor. But the fact is, he does have adepts with glaives, I believe. Yeah, he has exhaustive charge, stalkers of blink, and you know, he has a pretty strong gateway force.
Absolutely.
Really needs to move that into position though. He looks like Meme Lord will be sieging up this base here on the top left. And this is really a huge breaking point. Meme Lord needs to kill this, and Exile needs to save it.
Oh, is he actually going to push all the way up here? It looks like he is. A disruptor shot going off, taking off a couple of Marines.
And he doesn't have any more disruptors with this army at the moment, so that was his only disruptor ball. And without disruptor balls, I don't know how he's going to kill this army. Oh my god, even a PDD going down, that's so annoying.
Yes, that is definitely not what Exile needs at this point. He needs every shot to land right between the eyes. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Everything got picked up in that medevac. Exile blinking forward. He's trying his best, but I think this might just be it. This might be the end here for Exile, as Meme Lord finally taking a positional advantage, being able to take out this fourth base. He has a supply advantage, and he's continuing to produce units, and I don't think Exile will be able to get a strong enough army to fight off this force. But disruptors have been the cause to many misgivings to Meme Lord in this series. And huge disruptor balls coming out again, but without that base, Exile is in so much trouble as Meme Lord continues to mine more and more and just build more and more units. Meme Lord will even be going for these gold bases soon, I imagine.
I mean, hey, that's really pretty much the reasonable base to go to. You know, it's not completely out of the way, and definitely the extra minerals, and pardon over here for rations.
Alright, and Exile calls it. That's going to be GG. That's the end of our finals. Meme Lord takes it in a 4-0.
And that's it. And a nice clean sweep for Meme Lord. At the end of it, he was able to get around to playing the games and put the smackdown on him. And then he's going to be super glad that there was some drunk, not drunk, because we're sponsored by McDonald's and they do not promote alcoholism, as may be taking place on this little shindig here we have going on now.
Yeah. You know, if McDonald's ever wants to expand into the alcohol market.
Yeah, definitely. You see all the cool, hip new phrases that were brought up. Now that all these hip, young millennials are going to be saying for weeks now, as this is probably one of the most popular things to ever come out of North America. But yeah, Meme Lord does take it 4-0, making him our Season 11 champion, which brings us to what's going on next season. Well, I'll tell you. We're looking to start the season at the beginning of October, so that the qualifiers will start around October 1st-ish, and we'll run a normal time. We're looking to sort of back off the essentially revolving door of all invitational tournaments. Maybe put a month in between them or two, have them run to about 4 or 6 weeks in total. pretty much everything else is changing with the tournament format. Everything is not changing. Everything is staying the same, the qualifiers and everything like that, so you don't have to worry about learning the new format or anything like that. Essentially what we're doing is we're just looking at spreading it out, increasing the prize pool a little bit, and doing the Macarena. So if you're in all in, just keep an eye out, and sign-up should be happening soon. So look at announcements and look in the All-Invitational chat.
Yeah. I'd like to thank, of course, all the players for playing their games.
Mm-hmm.
Without people playing the games, a tournament couldn't happen. If everyone just said, I don't want to play this game, I'm not going to play, that'd be a pretty crappy tournament.
Yeah, and there was definitely, I would like to say there was a lot of over and beyond. There was a lot of people who went completely out of their way to get their game played, or their games played, and that is much appreciated. Yeah. As I eat more Frosted Flakes.
Who are not our sponsor, but if they wanted to be a sponsor, hit us up on PayPal. We will show your product, no questions asked, as long as you provide cold hard cash.
Exactly. $5 PayPal is all I need.
I don't care what it does to children or animals. I will shill for it.
Absolutely. If you want to put lipstick on a pig and then have that pig attack a child, I'm okay with it. I'll sponsor that product.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it for our broadcast tonight. Thanks for hosting this, Shazam. If you don't know, Shazam actually pays for all of the tournament expenses out of pocket.
Mm-hmm. So, even our McDonald's sponsorship, which is a little weird because we pay for that sponsorship.
Yeah, it seems more like we're sponsoring them, but it is the other way around. Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have heard of McDonald's, but it's a great restaurant. You should go see it.
I paid $50 a month to say this.
But yeah, so we'll see everyone for next season.
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed these games. Have a good night.
See you guys. Bye.